Gary Vaynerchuk, talks about how depth is more important than width. And he talks about in terms of marketing in that it's better to know a small group more deeply than a ton of people in a shallow way. But I think the same principle can be applied to the blockchain or the cryptocurrency markets. You know, rather than understand a little bit about 20 coins, know a lot about a couple. So let me just play what he has here.
But I know that depth is far more interesting than width in a world where the width has just become completely, obnoxiously loud and impossible to break through.
You know, for him, breakthrough means, you know, connect. But for me, breakthrough when you're studying... So here's the thing. This applies to cryptocurrency in that when you find a company you like, you dig, you like, you buy some. You dig more, you still like, you buy some. You dig more, if the digging, you start digging more gold, you buy more. If you're digging into shit, you slow down and maybe you sell. So you keep going. So let me give you some examples here. So for example, I talked about Dash. I discovered them, I liked them, I made that video, all the reasons I liked them, and I couldn't even think of negatives. Well, and then I bought some. And then, I talked about it, I asked people, and I have more questions. I want to dig further. So I wrote an email today. So I met Crypto with an O. He does videos. And I bumped into him a couple times. He says to me I should email the CEO, Ryan. So I did today. Didn't hear back yet. And if he doesn't reply, but let me tell you the questions. Maybe somebody out here knows. Maybe you can help me. My thing, I've said this before, I love Ether Wallet, and please understand the question because people keep giving me answers that are not giving me what I want. I love my Ether Wallet because it is only a browser that looks at it, that views the blockchain. And the browser can be destroyed and another one could be made. I can't lose it as long as I don't lose my private key. I don't want a nano ledger thing that I can lose. I don't want to have to back up anything on my computer, and if my computer crashes, I don't want that to be any kind of a problem. I don't want anything saved on this computer, and I'm definitely not doing anything on my phone. So, saving something on my phone. So, why doesn't Dash have the solution? Are you working on it? I'd like to hear what's going on with that. The next question is, I don't know the details of the Evan Duffield. Let me just say this first. I don't know that, one person holding a majority is a bad thing. It's about, sort of trustless is the new thing that's totally cool, but we've survived okay for thousands of years having some trust in some people, right? And especially trust with someone who's got skin in the game, right? So this Evan Duffield holds a lot of currency. I heard someone say to me, oh, well, he's just going to do what protects the currency so that it maintains value for him. Yeah, well, if I own it, it's for me too. I don't think it's necessarily bad that this guy owns a lot. But now, what's his deal and what are the plans? How are they handling it? How many masternodes does he have? And also, I understand that a university they work with, Arizona, is analyzing their white paper. I think they're trying to get some sort of math proof on their blockchain solution. And are they considering Duffield's ownership and master nodes in that equation? What else do we have here? And then I'm very curious about. Check this out. This is so Dash's transactions in February. So it was doing about 1,500 transactions a day. In February, it went up to, now we're looking at, 6 maybe a day. What happened? What did we do right there? I like that. That's what you call moving the needle. I've done e-commerce for years, and most, you do a split test, and there's no difference. And most things you do don't move the needle. That's moving the needle. We see a lot of needles moving, though, in the crypto market. But specifically, something happened there. I'd love to know what that was. And then, can we do more of that? What else? Okay, So that's digging deeper into Dash. So now I own Dash. And am I going to buy more? Well, I want to get answers to these questions. If I like all my answers, I buy more. If I don't like them, usually I just hold. So let me give you an example of that. Omisego. So I heard the story. I did some research. Looked cool. I already did a video about how my research. I sort of. Anyways, I did my research. I bought some. I like it. I'm holding it, but I dug further. So my CTO. Lives in Thailand, and I'm getting him. He's supposed to be, increasing sales of sex toys. I have him researching how to get a Ethereum node, a proof of stake node, and he also ordered from McDonald's. He ordered McDonald's, and there were only 2 payment options: credit card or cash at the door. This shit hasn't even launched yet on Omisego. And let me read you this comment. This guy. This is like, it's. Sometimes I get angry and I might be mean, but I just, I'm trying to help here. This guy writes a comment. Okay, I dug deep into Omisego. You know what? You can't see that. So I'll let you look at me. So I dug deep into Omisego before I invested. So he did depth before he invested. And I ended up investing heavily with all caps. And I'll tell you why. It started with the tweet from McDonald's. This is the depth. You see what I'm saying? I have somebody in Thailand who ordered online from McDonald's. This guy is reading tweets. But what are they trying to accomplish? They want to provide hundreds of millions of people and all this stuff. And I know that. Yeah, they want to do it all. I can't wait. When's this shit launching? So I don't know, but I still like the story. Hey, maybe in 6 months, there'll be 2 months before launch, and it's at $2. Then I'll buy more. But I'll be researching more. Believe me, when they're launching, I'll see it. If it's in 5 years from now, I'm not buying until then. So depth. So, and then, I found this genius. I mean, now for those of you who have studied Ponzi schemes, it's an exciting and fun, topic. BitConnect is one of the greatest Ponzi's of our time, or even of all time, possibly. And so what was I going to say? So this guy, so you can't find the owner. Nobody knows who the owner is of BitConnect. That's one of the, exciting Ponzi parts of it. So this guy he's a BitConnect promoter. And he's talking about who cares who the owner is. Let's not. This guy's. We need breadth. Actually, that's not even his point. But let me just play this here.
What is up, guys? Who is the owner of BitConnect? That is the question. Everybody wants to know the owner, right? If I only knew who the owner was, then I would be a success.
No, that's not what we're talking about. If you knew who the owner was, you would know who you're giving your money to. I mean, right? This BitConnect thing, I don't want to try to get into it. It's, it looks like it was some hedge fund guys. You give them money, they give you these tokens, which are totally untradeable, and then they give you stats that the tokens that you're holding are worth like tons and tons. And then there's more tokens that they're holding, and it's like, you can't get any money out. And I'm sure some people are, listen, but anyways. Let me see here. Let me skip to one other thing. Let's try this.
On making shit happen. This is a question that comes from a lot of people who haven't had success yet. And it's mostly coming from a point of procrastination. Right? Because if it's not the owner...
So his point is that, actually, and maybe this isn't even on... His point is, you should be working hard selling, but don't worry about who the owner is. You stop wasting time. You're procrastinating from doing your job. The point is that through knowledge and through depth of knowledge, we determine where to apply our work. He is correct in that those who work more, have more success. But it's very important to know what to work on. So we study, so we know what we're into, and then you work hard. And knowing who you're working with when it comes to depth, it's one of the things you might want to look into. It's genius. Should we listen to anything else with this guy? I don't know. I don't know what's...
top promoters of BitConnect in the company. And so, you know, we were talking about this, who's the owner of BitConnect. And I want you to think about this, like, as an adult, okay? Not as, you know, a negativity commenter on YouTube just looking for a reason not to be successful. You know...
Oh, no, well, he was like, oh, he's talking about me, a negativity YouTuber. I'm like, that. Oh, he knows what he's talking about. Who's not finding success, though. I mean, who's made more money, me or this guy? This guy can't even count. I mean, yeah, I'm not finding success because I research. You know what my father taught me, and he had his own business his whole life. His father had his own business. He said, David, people do business with people. I always used to say it. I don't know what the hell he's talking about. I've always been on the internet. So I don't meet a lot of people in person, but I always know over the phone and now YouTube. So people do business.
Your procrastination. What happens, think about this. What happens every time they think they found the creator of Bitcoin, Satoshi Nakamoto, every time they think that they found the creator, what happens?
Okay, so who's the owner of Bitcoin? Okay, but the difference is I'm not giving my money to Satoshi Nakamoto. I'm giving it to the blockchain. It can't be stolen. That's the whole point. This thing is not a trustless system, you jackass. I don't need, you know. And I'll tell you what, never mind Bitcoin, I love Ethereum. It's on the blockchain. My ETH wallet, I can't, unless I lose my private key. But I can't lose it. I mean, I can't, it doesn't matter if my computer crashes. So it is trustless. This guy gave a lot of money to so-and-so, and now they're telling him he has a lot of money. And the proof is in the pudding when he actually takes it out. I'm saying that a lot of people aren't going to take it out eventually. And maybe he does okay, but, let's see.
Guns, tanks, helicopters, and dogs show up at that person's house, and they get hauled off in handcuffs, and then they go, oh, whoops, I guess he's not.
You know, it is true that it is very friggin' annoying that the government, it's like, you know, the main deal is this. The government says there's two things. There's a token, and there's a security, and there aren't clear definitions on those two. But it turns out that everything being created in cyber, in the cryptocurrency world is between the two. It's all creative, different. Is it a token? Is it a security? Oh my God, don't get me started on the Howey test. I'm doing a video on that soon.
The owner. So, if you were the owner of a cryptocurrency, would you want to be found?
I don't know. Let's ask Vitalik Buterin. Does he want to be found? I don't know. Let's ask the CEO of Dash. I don't know. These people, yeah, like, it's sort of like, but I do understand that the government can be a pain in the ass, and therefore in this world you may want to hide. But anyways, I'm not going to belabor this any longer. The point is, in order to keep buying in over time, and that's how, you don't want to just pile in. Over time, you accumulate a position of strength. If I can accumulate 1,000 Ethereum and then have a proof of stake node, you're building something. So it's about, so you keep digging and dig deep, okay? Hope that helps.